Hey, hello everyone. It's been a few days. I know I said I was going to originally do 2 more streams that day, but some things came up and I ended up not doing them. I do have a few new setup things going on for this time. I do have my lovely chat program is going to be up so I can see any messages, and then I also have the game running. Right now, I will be loading it up quickly. I have a laptop set up for me to make sure the stream is being shown correctly, but that will be something I'll have to see in a second. So, other than that, I don't really have much else to say. Gonna just jump right into it. Alright. So, as you can see, we're back in Minecraft, and we're quite literally back here. I have added back in the Journey mod map, which allows us to have a map. If I press J, you can see the map of the world as I've explored it so far, as well as shows you where the track is with that green line. I've went ahead and removed all of our locomotives and train cars from last time to kind of allow us to restart, and I really want to this time do something that's more of a steam locomotive based. I also won't lie, Minecraft is really quiet now. It still makes sound. I did a test before to make sure, but it's really quiet. So because I don't have the rail line fully fleshed out, I figured we could put down a steam locomotive or something and test it out that way. What do we have here that would work well? I don't like the scoom. Let's put down the Atlantic. I think the Atlantic would work well for what I want to do. This is a good little locomotive to kind of show off the difference of the mods. It looks a little weird on these reels, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of is bothering, but, you know, it's there. As you can see, the chat is already working. Goodness gracious, is there anyone else that could be better for this? No, these are all made for that really small rail system. Is all I have diesels? I do have other locomotives elsewhere, but I didn't want to have to dig into that yet. I don't even think the K4 is going to look good on this. I think I seriously have to maybe jump into my archives. Okay, that's not bad. It's a bit better. Still looks a bit weird, but it fits the style a bit more. So, just gonna quickly jump out and back in, and it'll be the only locomotive here. Also, I'm very curious to see if a glitch that I had earlier happens again. I actually had a glitch where these rails were changing color, and they were not what they were supposed to be. I both love and hate that the K4 is now like the locomotive that ends up working the best for this project. Cause the K4 is was one of my favorite growing up. Big Boy was also up there, but the K4 became like my favorite from the Pennsylvania. I've told this story a few times to some other people, but by far the K4 was one of those locomotives that I may have... How do I word this? I watched it religiously. It was a locomotive that I always wanted to own in my own model railroad collection, but I could never really afford it. Nope. The HO model that I had wanted, when it originally came out from MTH, it was around 12K, I think. Something like that. It wasn't cheap. I'll put it that way. I wish there was a way just to click in and have it go straight down there. Like, full bucket, full bucket, full bucket, full bucket. I don't think this game has that. There was a mod back in the day where if I did say like that, it would actually put it into the locomotive, but I don't think this mod doesn't have that. Right now we're trying to fill up the locomotive with water. Mainly because these locomotives take a lot of water. Funny how a giant steam locomotive requires water. It's kind of like that's not the entire reasoning behind their engine propulsion was water and coal or wood or whatever. You can burn the water, they heat it up. In all actuality, if you have never actually learned how a steam engine works, A, how'd you get through high school, and B, it's interesting. It's one of those things that I absolutely adored growing up, seeing at all the different museums for railroads. Essentially, it uses a giant boiler that is like a steam pot, a teapot, if you will. And you boil the water to create the steam, and the steam pressure rises as you boil more water, and that pressure is then used to push things. In this case, it's giant metal rods which are attached to wheels. Those metal rods move, causing traction to be gained, which then cause the locomotive to move. Because of how much effort such a thing does require, they used metal on metal. That way it has kind of like a sled-like effect. The weight of the locomotive kind of keeps it down so you don't have to worry about it flying off these metal pieces going wherever it wants. But it does kind of give it an ability to use less friction to cause movement. Science. Oh, I have more than enough water. Cool. Alright. I need some coal. Let's just go ahead and stockpile as much as we can for right now. This will be something we regret later in life, but right now. There we are. Just go ahead and fire it all up that way. The locomotive is fully steamed up faster. Remember all the coal I put in there? Yeah, it gets slowly filtered into all those different spots. Now the steam engine is easier to tell when it's warmed up because you can hear it. Much like an actual steam locomotive, you can kind of tell what's going on with it just by sounds. Though if you are someone who prefers gauges, there are usually gauges in locomotives like this, but let me try and get the name. There used to be a way to get time to stop, but I don't remember how to. There we are. Gonna go ahead and put the rest of this coal here into the tender. And stop off of our slowly heating up locomotive. It'll get there. And while we wait, gotta throw these away. This is actually one of the earliest models for the mod. Also, the smoke textures are coming with the mod. They are not any like texture packs or anything like that. That is something that comes with it. Which kind of means it does work until you use any other like shader mods, and then it doesn't like that, you know? It's funny how that works. Ooh, ooh, oh, ow. That's a cliff. That's also a cliff. What is going on with this town? That's a cave. What is... I don't know what this is. What is going on with this town? This is a weird little town that I built near. I haven't built any supports for any of the bridges that I've built since. I probably should look into that. Because my idea is... I like having full-on, like, supports, and I like making bridges look as fancy as possible. I enjoy that stuff. So... it's kind of nice. That's not the button I'm looking for. Nope. Wrong. Just did that one. That's not what I wanted at all. Nope. That's a screenshot. That gets rid of the HUD. No, I'm not seeing anything here. Supposedly most people play the mod like this. I didn't know that until I went to their Discord recently. I never played the mod like that. I always played it from in here. I really enjoy the ability to be like looking out the cab window right here. And then like walk back to the train. I've always enjoyed that. No. Nope. That's not it. Nope. Man, what button is it? I'm just hitting all the buttons. None of the ones I want. Lovely bell. Now it'd be great if that swung. No, this is working. Aha! I don't think we have enough steam in it yet. Let's try it. Yeah, nothing's working yet, so I don't think we have enough steam. Yeah, let's see if I can get the sound working better. I did lower it last time. Nope, it's still not working. Interesting. It's like, It probably is because the steam's not high enough, but I don't have enough information here to tell me how much higher I need the pressure to go. So while I wait for that, could it be? Double check the rule. Nope. It's sad that I have to come into here and dig this up. Then the switch, brakes. Five and four, that's what I thought. Just gonna let that keep building up steam, you know? It's gonna get there someday. Alright, anything else in here I should put on? I've not put in any of the other mods. I've also not done any of the other tests. I wonder. Let's say this is narrow gauge. Because I want to know what it looks like. Oh, Lord. That's silly. Somebody added this to their pack recently. I think it's in the theme park pack, if I remember correctly. It's the Big Thunder Mountain pack. And I honestly think it could be a really fun way to like make a roller coaster in this mod, but at the same time, that's ridiculous. Do we want any passenger cars? I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I also have another pack installed in this. There's narrow. Let's get smaller. Oh, there's a Big Thunder Mountain gauge. It's a tiny bit smaller. It's pretty much a narrow gauge. Minecraft gauge. It's 1 block wide. And 15-inch. Nice. Alright. We're gonna put 15-inch somewhere. I want to play with it. There. That's big enough. I think this is too big, but... yeah, that is. It's a side saddle car. It's supposed to be for smaller gauges. You're supposed to have it up. I didn't. Is the CP Huntington gauge? I feel like this is too small. I feel like the wheels are almost right, but it feels like this needs to be a narrow gauge track. This would probably be better used by actually like having a oddly enough, I think using something like this would probably be better. Yeah, look at it. That's adorable. The cars can resize to whatever scale track you have down. This should probably be on narrow. That should probably be on something smaller. Alright, let's see if it moves now. Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Yes, this is a full-size Minecraft Steve looking up at a giant Minecraft locomotive. That is huge. That did not go the way I expected. That went flying. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm really giddy. I did not actually expect that to work. I was kind of like, this might, looks a little weird in the rails, but I've seen worse. Literally, those locomotives that I had earlier, those looked way worse on this. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... oop, if I can get to the locomotive into the cab. Gonna make sure we don't go off the track, hit the bridge, turn it off. Well, pull the throttle all the way down. Oh boy. I swear. Alright. Wow, I don't think we hit anything on the way by. Just gonna get rid of that. You see nothing. Okay, that was a little bit too much fun. Of course, I have to go back through and clean that up later. But, man, it does pretty well. Don't want to go too far. Well, I do, but not yet. I'd like to have a very nice long piece of track so we can just sit back and let it run. That's what I used to like about my old world. I had a world where I had built up this entire, like, loop system where I could just start the train up and let it run and just sit from anywhere on the passenger train. I had it connect to a few different towns at one end of the loop and then connect it to the other half. Stop trying to rain on my parade. Goodness gracious. Alright. Supposedly there are like computer options and like radio controlling of the locomotive, but let's go race it. There we are. Alright, going up to the curve. Interesting. Good to know. Pulling it to stop. Let me out. Nice. Not bad. Good little run up. Let's give ourselves a coach. Pennsylvania locomotive needs a Pennsylvania coach. There we are. Now we're just going to back up into it, grab it, and go. That's not the thing I wanted to see. I was wondering about that. Curve's too sharp. It takes bigger locomotives like this to realize how big the curves are. So here's that Pennsylvania coach I just put down. As you can see, you can ride in it. I don't know why, but I'm too short to see out this window. But I can see out this one perfectly fine. I feel like this is made for the specification of the cars, but I feel like these doors were not sized properly. Maybe it's just me, but you know, I won't argue. I'm not a 3D modeler. I'm a level designer. And now we can literally just sit back and watch the world go by. Normally I do it at a bit faster of a pace with a lot more track, but you know, we aren't really kings of the earth right now. So cool. And now, to not run off the track, I jump in, hit the F5 key, and now the locomotive just stops. Oops. That's not bad. That's nice. That's interesting. Oh, I really like these locomotives. I really enjoy this, like the K4 and the Pennsylvania cars. I think they look really nice. I do think they fit much better with the track that comes with the mod. So mostly after that, my idea is to maybe have the track turn. I was originally going to just have it keep going straight, but I thought making it go. Come on. Really wants it to rain now. I think going around this way could be a much nicer trajectory. But it probably means I have to go back a bit further, back about like here, and then make that turn. Because as we already seen, that turn that I made earlier from last time, too sharp. The locomotive's wheels literally came off the track midway through. These aren't supposed to come off the track. They do on models, they aren't in real life. Well, it depends on the model or where you got them. So far, IR is treating me well here. That's a new sound. Gonna take it back to the main town, and we're gonna stop there for a second, and I'm gonna do something. I kind of wanted to do this, but I wasn't sure if I was going to. I think it's a good time to do this next project. Here we go. And now, just in case, so I don't, blow up the locomotive, I'm going to take all the coal out. It's going to cool down. Alright, going to quickly get rid of all this, and then we're going to jump back in and we're going to keep going. So, while you enjoy my logo, I am going to say I have decided on a few things for the channel. Going forward, I'm going to refer to myself as Whoop and Vic, even though my YouTube channel does have that name. My Twitch and personal Facebook do not. So, just so everyone knows, going forward, I will refer to myself as Whoop and Vic. I will be also remaking my logo, icon, and all that other fun stuff. And, there's some really good things that are coming. I have kind of a new design for my logo that I started on. I've had some interesting ideas come forward about how that should work, and it's all just going to end up falling into place really nicely, I think. But it's going to take a little bit of time, so I don't know when we'll probably see it next. Alright, so before I finish off for my stream for today, there's one more thing I want to do. I want to build a monorail. That's what I want to do. But to do that, I want to build a monorail station. But I don't know. Do I want it here? Let's not do it here. Let's not do it in this town. Let's go somewhere else for that. let's go over here. We're going to go over into what I'm calling the green area. There'll probably be a town over there, and we can do it in that town, and we'll connect it to something up north. Or we'll connect it elsewhere. I'm upset there's no town over here. There's some beautiful landscaping, but there's no town. Well, I'll go for a little bit, and we'll see if we can find something, but I think I might have to do something else. Nothing. My goodness, this is a barren landscape. Hey, look, I can see the train from here. Alright. Enough of that. I have another idea. Give me a second. Let's see if we can try this. So, no, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things coming. There's a lot of planning. There's been a lot of figuring things out. Both YouTube and Twitch and Facebook is going to keep getting these streams for a while. YouTube and Twitch will continue sharing streams after I do this revamp. Facebook, I might. I'm not sure. This has kind of been a neat thing to kind of let friends and family see what I'm doing if they want. Once in a blue moon, they'll show up. But, you know, it happens. Well, that'll work. One thing I did forget is Minecraft normal biomes are very small. Biomes were never made very large. Perfect! So, quite literally, I started up. Okay, well, I know how to get back here. That wasn't supposed to be survival, because I can't do anything with survival. So, gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see if I can do it again. Because that was perfect. It literally started us right next to the area. That was perfect. Okay, go ahead and change that though. Hopefully this works. I also kind of need to figure out the whole highlight system on Twitch. Supposedly you can highlight things. I tried it out with the last stream for the locomotive starting up, and I might do it for this time with the steam locomotive and that craziness. But, you know, I'm not that funny, I don't think. I don't find myself funny. I find myself very kind of boring. Oh well. Got really excited because I was like, oh yes, I'm going to be right next to a town, and I must have put something else in for the generation seed, because I ended up with this. Which is sad because it's gorgeous, but it's not what I was wanting. I was hoping to start at town, and I had the last time, not this time. I've actually never seen a town spawn in the mountains. I don't know if that's a part of the generation that they don't want towns spawning there, but there's so much flat area in some of these that I honestly could see a town spawning there, and I have to wonder now. Mojang don't really... They have now. They didn't used to talk out much about what they were doing with Minecraft and the systems anymore. After a lot of the old people left, and after the creator became a hermit that is kind of lost his mind, you know, it kind of just... It didn't go anywhere. And you know, I feel sad about that. Well, this is sad. I was hoping to find a town and we could have started from there. Wait, there is a town. Wait, we've been there. What? Glad I looked at the map. If that town's still there, I'm totally willing to, like, start there. I'm expecting the game to have glitched out and, like, 2 worlds, like, combined into one. And then we can say 2 worlds, 1 family. You know that one from that 90s movie. What was it called? Zan of Tar. Yeah, that's what I expected. And it's gone. I got excited. I got really excited. Because I kind of hoped that would have been really cool to have, like, had a town right there. Like, I feel like there could have been a town anywhere up here. You know what? Forget it. We're building our own town. I'll do it. I'll work on it some, but we're going to go right here. Da-da-da-da-da. I've enjoyed how white concrete looks. Yes, that should work well. I'm going to terraform this entire area. It's going to become exactly what I want it to be, which is none of this. So let's see, where do we want it to be? Stairs, stairs, platform, track, middle, track, stairs, or platform. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, now to just get up to the level I wanted at. There we go. See how nice this looks? When this building is all done, it'll look amazing. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and grab another concrete type. We're going to go for a light gray concrete. I think it looks really good as the floor here. Like a buzzing device. There we are. Now, what type of floor do you think a platform for a high space, a high space, wow, for futuristic travel like a monorail? Let's say, I'll do something like a marble, if I can. I think that will work really well. And we'll go ahead and hide this from being like this. There we go. And there we are. Ta-da! The Simpsons. No, that's the wrong thing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there we are. Our two, where the tracks are going to go. Going to go ahead and grab. Let's do stone brick. I think that will work best. And then what do we want to do for flooring? Come on. Block of iron. No, that would be nice and reflective, but not what I want. Chiseled quartz. Chiseled quartz. I guess we don't have marble in this. We have diorite and polished like diorite and stuff, but the best would probably be like that. The chiseled quartz. Or like smooth quartz. Like, I'm sure with a reflective, like a shader mod, this would look really good. Now, if you're looking in the top right corner and you see the map, that actually would give you a bit of a time lapse of what's going on here. Each of the pieces being built, the platforms coming into existence, you know, the fun stuff. I've seen worse. I'll take this. Like I said, I bet this would look really nice with a mod that adds like reflectivity in. And then one of the things I did in the other one that I really like that I want to carry over here is I think the idea of like glass sides work really well. The issue is trying to remember where the glass is. There's the thick glass. Where's the thin glass? Thin glass. There we are. Let's go ahead and get the... If you need a reasoning why it's like that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you need a reason for why it keeps changing back the day, just mentally say, oh, it's become an entire day. He went to bed. Because that works. That works perfectly well. That fits my entire storyline. You know, it's great, isn't it? Alright, so now we want... There we are. 10. Fill. None. Now, I like doing it so they're not equal like that one. Sorry, that they're not like boom, 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 boom like that one. How do I word that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm trying to figure out how to word what I'm thinking in my head. I like making it... no, that's incorrect. You do this. There we are. And there we are. There we are. And boom, and boom. There we go. Now I just need to increase the length of the platform a little bit. Oops. Wrong one. I wanted that one. What had you done here? I had smooth, so... There we go. That actually worked out really well. Okay, now to kind of show off the monorails, because, you know, building the track is all cool and stuff, but they have two types. We're going to do the normal one right here, which, if you've ever been to Florida, you recognize it. That is a Walt Disney World monorail. It's a Mark 4, I believe? No, 6. A Mach 6. Interesting little cab. Nice little locomotive head there. And then for this mod pack, they've added in a new one called the Cargo Mark 6. And I'm very surprised because I actually kind of like this design. I think it'd be really cool for Disney to adapt. Maybe getting rid of the passenger portion here. But allows it to carry cargo, carry freight and stuff. Because of this mod and how it is. I should be able to click on it. No! Interesting. There must be a way to put cargo on it. But to ever do any more with it, you need to go into the passenger tab to get these diaphragms, monorail diaphragms. The monorail diaphragms, normally these are actually built into the passenger cars of a monorail, but yeah, this isn't real life. I broke things. I swear. Well, I did. I broke things on both of them. Ah, goodness me. But no, it's really easy to put them together. You will need to power them up. Usually they require diesel actually in the main mod. I tend to fill them. I have actually set the mod to accept an alternative, which is this thing called sorry, my mind broke for a second. Water. I set them up to run with water. Wow, that's what broke me. And now, much like the floor, what I tend to do is one. That's not what I wanted. That's concrete powder. I swear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, because of this, that should be right, correct? Now that means I have one here, one here, one here. One here. There we are, and there we are. My first little like bit of the monorail track. Kind of got the monorail out of the area and kind of got it started a bit. Normally I go a bit farther for the higher distances like this. I tend to actually go, instead of 10, let's actually go ahead and I'll show you. Instead of doing 10 for every block, I'll do 20. And there you are. I tend to not do the bigger ones, but because I'm doing double track, I figure a bigger one would probably be better. A bigger, better one. Here, I'm going to go ahead and quickly reload it before I finish up for the day. Kind of show a decent idea of what these are supposed to look like. That's a coach. And that's a cart. Alright, so I'm going to quickly back out, come back in. I'm kind of hopeful that these updates will get fixed, but the issue is the creator is to put it gently, the creator of the mod is a bit younger. He has a life still. And because there is still a life involved with the person creating this mod, that means that there have been situations where, you know, they have life to get to. They have life to work with. They can't just always be working on silly train mods. And it's kind of funny because I do remember at one point in time, people used to praise his mod because of how quickly he updated. And, you know, I understand the praise. I understand why people flock to him in droves for this mod. It's nice. It's an interesting new take on this. It is Minecraft with, like, actual, like, physical, big, pretty models. It was put together in a way that a lot of progress happened really quickly. there's a good base down so that people can just add a resource packs in and, you know, go from there. But the issue is, because of all that work and all that progress that happened very early on, people got used to it. Because of how quick everything was, people were used to the very quick return time on the project. And that's kind of become a bit of a it's become a situation, if you will. Like, how do I word this? It is become clear that people want things faster than he is able to do it. That's the horn. That's the bell. Lord. I forgot that, yes, there is a heat up phase. Gonna let both of these heat up, and then we're gonna go ahead and test them out. Mainly to get them all hooked up and everything. So while they're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and finish building off the floor the best of my ability. And let's see. Light gray, light. Nope, no. There we go. Now, I do kind of want to make a freight platform. I need to figure out how to make switches and stuff with this track. I think it's going to look like a normal switch, which they're not supposed to, but hey, I can't do anything about that. That's, you know, the limitations of this mod. Even this here of adding monorails is a tree rig of a system. You have to actively tell the mods to ignore the missing blocks. Let it hang. And now that I let it hang, it creates this neat little monorail system, but it also means all the other truck I ever place down can also hang, even if it's not supposed to be able to. Which is kind of like real life. I'm kind of wondering what a monorail freight station will look like. I have a feeling my best expectations for it is going to be having to look at games like Dead Space, where they kind of had that situation. There we are. Now my wonder is, do I build a bridge over? Do I build a bridge over, or do I build the crossover between the platforms underneath? I hope I can someday recover the monorail world I have been working on, because I did have a a really nice monorail track that was going through a safari setting. I think, weird jump of topic, but speaking of monorails, I think monorails could be very well used these days if we decide to go with them a little bit more. Because they do work well in situations where there is not a lot of floor plan. You're able to build them above streets. You're able to build them in areas where track with like normal wheels, that's probably not going to work well. Did it just connect everything? It did. Lovely. Technically, because of the way I built the station, it means I can only have 4 cars, which I think Disney World's monorails have 6. Then you always have the door there to figure out where you are. Look at that. That comes together real nicely. No, I'm not sure about these, if these need another side, but I probably would build one just because I think having that big wheel exposed looks a little weird. But as of right now, for a start, also we don't know how long the monorail freight stations are going to be. They can be much bigger than, say, this little passenger station. But no, this is a neat start. It's a neat little thing. Normally I tend to play a little bit more after streams to keep things going, or play a little bit before streams to kind of test out some things before, you know, everything. But okay, this should work. Yeah. I just realized the mistake I made. I was supposed to be putting that on there. I was supposed to be putting another locomotive on there. Whoops. Good to know that the other system does work. So if I just put it right there, it connects up. And let's go ahead and just, for laughs, say that the freight monorail station is much larger. But this platform here is for normal monorail passenger train and not for freight. That didn't work at all. Well, that was a good try. I can't get there. Ah, goodness me. Let's pull this ahead. And I can show you a little bit better. Ooh! Lord. Yeah, I forgot this is only for 10. Interesting. Well, that worked out. Did it actually fix it? Did that fix another issue I was having? No, it didn't. Oh well. But it is going to be fun because you'll be able to be down here watching the monorails go above you whenever I finish all this up. I'm also really curious because this mod does technically have computer support. With another mod, it's a mod that allows you to add computers to Minecraft. And supposedly you can program diesel and electric trains to actually run on a computer circuit. Also, I think maybe Steam. But anyway, I need to figure out how that works because I'd like to do that someday. I'd like to build an entire a layout essentially, and have the game run that. All right. So before I do any more with this and figure out the town and all that. Oh. Hey, just another pansexual. I think that's your name, so. All right. I don't like that. I don't remember what the other one looked like. I actually had one in the old world, and I forget what the old version of this was. Of course. I think I should have that cranes or something. I really wish I knew how these worked. Because the image of them... The image on the model even has like a crate inside of them. See? It's like a cargo freight, but I have no clue how to load this up. Things I have to figure out with this mod as time goes on. Alright. I also should probably go ahead and do the other side since I did one. Where was it? Oh goodness, trying to find everything. There we go. Nope, wrong way. And then before I do that, I should probably actually do the other side. So I'm about to change how far this reaches. There we are. And now I can change to the 20. Oop. Wait, that does 10? I miscalculated. Well, that didn't work anyway. Tried to do it all in one fell swoop, and I failed. And that's really going to hurt me. Here we go. Yep, that's 10. I messed up the first time. There we go. Gotta put it on 20. This is what I actually won the first episode of this, playing with this mod was supposed to be. Like, playing with the monorails and the things that don't look normal in Minecraft. Instead, I ended up playing with the voxel pack, which is probably one of the few things that look the most like Minecraft. Okay. There we go. Make it look nice and pretty. Ta-ta. That sounds horrible. I don't like saying that. I don't like that at all. There we are. A nice little track. Bit of track here to run the monorails on, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to be very curious to see how this entire area builds up, because I do want to kind of build up into like a futuristic city a little bit. Maybe I can play with my camera mod. I have a camera mod that I downloaded called CDMC, I think is the name of it. And it would allow me to take cinematic shots as well as do time lapses. And I kind of want to do a time lapse of building up a city here. It does require a bit of time and waiting around, but you know. Maybe I'll find time in this incredibly busy schedule of the apocalypse. Alright, gotta go ahead and... Nice! Connect into those. I really do think these would look really cool when they're filled. Nope, wrong way. I don't know when that happened. Oh, it looks like I did it a little bit ago because I was getting ready to switch over to something else. Whoops. So you've all missed this. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Well, that's my mistake. You missed all this. All this loveliness of things going wrong. I'm gonna quickly reload. Because I looked over at my laptop for a second. I'm like, that doesn't look right. What's going on? Oh. So this is my world that I have for the monorail. Let's see. What does it look like now? It looks like everything broke. Uh-oh. Oh. Did the track disappear? Is that what happened? That I ran out of... I don't know. I am really confused now. I'm really confused. I can't wait to watch that back and, like, see how long it takes me to realize what went wrong. Ah, goodness, that's embarrassing. And then again, I'm still new to this, so there's a whole bunch of stuff for me to realize and get wrong. There we are, the monorail's now connected. We're gonna go ahead and pull this forward. Go ahead and stop there with the nose pointing out. No, I gotta put forward a little bit more? Goodness gracious. I didn't just do that, did I? Of course. Of course I did. Well, that didn't go well at all. None of that went well. This is all went very wrong all of a sudden. Oh boy. Okay. That's the freight car. That was... Cool. There goes the locomotive. I think there went that. I messed up everything here. I went to end and, you know, reconvene, and I just, boom. Alright, let's just do this first. Then this comes here. And now that exists. And now we're going to do that. Ha! That's how I did it. I was like, I had an idea for like a one pillar version. How did I lose that? The monorail pack is actually, I'll go ahead and load it up here. It's Dark Raiders Monorails. It can be found on Chris Forge. I wanted to do a curve, and then I just realized it's going to not work. So to do a curve, I'm going to have to probably do a... We'll do... Not 29. We're going to do 20, close to 29 for one of them. We're going to do 20 for this side, and how far are they apart? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 apart. We'll do 16 for this one. Now, if this does what I think it will, what's going to happen is when I make a curve, they will keep their position and will still be double tracked. That's how it's supposed to work. Now, will it? That is hard to tell. So let's go ahead and do a 50 wide curve to 90 degrees. We're going to lock it going right. That was interesting. Is there anything over there? No, there isn't. That's okay. According to Dark Raider, last I'd seen on the Discord, is he was looking into the possibility of adding a monorail maintenance car as well. Okay. So now there should still be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, exactly. There they are. And now if I wanted to, I could actually do another curve right after that, and they would still follow the same principles and would be close to each other. So I wouldn't lose that ability of having dual track. Now the only downside is, because of how the monorail pack is faking the system, it does mean I will have to actually dig out for tunnels. So you can use it for the top half, but when you go to actually have, well, as you can see here, the rest, you need to also take out that bottom half. Deleting the actual curve won't hurt it. In fact, it would probably suggest it. It wasn't what I was originally planning to do, but it does make it easier. Because I'll show you in a second why that works out so well. Now, when you come over here, you can see the track's all visible. Now, I don't know if this is going to get hit by the monorail. We'll have to see when I test it in a second. If it does, what I've told the monorail to do is to break the blocks. We'll see if that happens as well. I've not done any testing like that yet. I've only used this mod pack for a few. Sorry, not the mod pack, the resource pack for a few. There we are. Go ahead and we'll use this one. That's weird. Could it be that this one needs water too? I don't know enough about dual setups for locomotives in this. I've only done it a few times, and the few times I did it, it just did not turn out right. So we're going to go ahead and do... Well, I should use like lava or something, but I went ahead and used water for the power in these. This was also an edit in the config, so unless you know how to do that, I would not suggest doing this. Okay. And now we just run to the... Oh, right. Don't know what that sound was. Alright. Maybe... Like I said in a past version of this, this mod is glitchy. It's trying its hardest to be good, but it's glitchy. I don't know how to get rid of those. Well, that's wonderful. Let's try this again. Da 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 da. Oh no. No, 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 no. Yeah, this isn't good. This is what happened last time. So, I guess this is where the stream ends. Last time, when I was playing in my other monorail-based world, I had a situation where the monorail stopped moving entirely. I tried unloading and reloading it back in because that is what works for some of the other maps. One time I reloaded in and it was having issue loading the world. I was really confused because that's a really weird issue to have. So I logged back out and I tried to log back in. Really weird looking. Logged out and then it did this. It's an infinite saving screen. This saving screen is not going to go away for a very long time, if it does at all. And we will not be able to reload that world. So, if there's ever a reason to not get the pack for monorails, this is it. I hate saying it, but yeah, this isn't it. So I'm going to quickly bump over that screen again, and I'm going to Control-Delete out of Minecraft because it's broke. It's not working anymore. I'm using up 4 gigabytes worth of memory right now on that. 1% of my that is insane to use that much gigabytes. Yeah, it said that the game crashed. I wonder. Loading it back up. I'm gonna try and we'll finish off in the rail based one. I'll try next time I stream Immersive Railroading, I will talk about what happened, but for now I'm probably gonna end up streaming other things. I felt like I did 2 streams in Rails of War, and I felt like 2 streams in Immersive Railroading would be kind of a nice even balance. I might do a few streams in Traincraft as well as Zoro no Dinsha. Those are going to be older versions of Minecraft. This one I'm actually using 1.14.4. Rails of War was 1.12.2, and I think the other ones are 1.7 still. I don't think the updates for those going into the other new versions have worked. And I might actually have to end the stream on this page because now the mod won't load at all. I'm trying to load it up on the other screen and oh nope, there we are. Whew. We'll get back to the monorails in a bit. In another stream. Gonna quickly load up my steam train one more time, and that's where we'll kind of wrap things up. There we are. Ooh. There we are. Bit better for you all. Have those little stripes at the bottom. There we go. I got everything nice and situated. I have my 15-inch rails over here. But it's an interesting mod. This is a pack that I will probably end up playing more of as time goes on. I just think that, you know, some of the packs are a little bit bugged. The monorail one is actively bugged. There was a Santa Fe pack that I need to actively try out again. It used to be bugged. They've put out a new full release, so it might not be as bugged. I do want to try more of the resource packs. There's only a few on right now, and it's mostly kind of standard ones that get me up and running. So, other than that, I am thinking about adding another track here, a switch down there, or maybe just double tracking it all the way. Who knows? Looking at the map, there's a whole lot of places to take the track, a whole lot of places to take the train. Gonna end up fixing the curve over there sometime. So next time you see me, maybe this will all be changed, maybe nothing will be changed. Who knows? There were some suggestions on the last video for Immersive Railroading to maybe do a survival version. If I do that, I do have to look up how to build everything in survival because last I knew it required a lot of mods that don't seem to work with the version of 1.14, so I would have to do a bit more research into how to do that, as well as kind of figuring that all out, because otherwise I'd be entirely down to stream like a survival version of building a railroad, like starting with small locomotives, working my way up to the big locomotives, small little puffing billies going back and forth, you know, the kind of working my way up to doing a giant railroad. That could be fun. It could be interesting. I have to do a bit more research on that. But to those who are watching and have watched, thank you. I'm going to take a little ride in my steam locomotive back to the start. Ooh. I don't know what just happened there. There we are. I don't even know if there's enough steam in this. I think we may run out of steam. Oh, this still works. There we go. probably turn that off. That is really loud. Alright. So we did a little steam trains, did a little monorails, crashed with monorails. You know, great. It's immersive railroading. It's a little fun, a lot janky. It needs a little bit more love development-wise, but you know, if you're okay with playing things that are in alpha stage, go for it. It really can't hurt. It's an interesting little experience. If you're looking to do it in survival, I would say good luck to you. Do a lot of research. I'm about to. Next time I load this world up, this locomotive is probably going to be cold. It doesn't usually stay warm very long after you take the coal out. And I did that rather recently for this world. So, alright. So I got a lot of cleanup to do, I got a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to figure out, and, you know, new logos to design. Seriously? Seriously. Well, since it did rain a little bit on my parade when I was playing with monorails, we're going to let the rain continue as I kind of end the stream here. To those who are watching for the first time, thank you. To those who have subscribed recently, thank you. To those who have been commenting, thank you. I'm literally reading and responding to as much as I can, or at least thinking about it and trying to figure out the best way for this channel to keep growing. So seriously, thank you to everyone. You are amazing and always in my thoughts, and I'm always so happy that there's people out there watching. So until next time, this is Wolf and Vic signing off.